Summer is here, the sun is out, and we're all wearing sunscreen every day like we're supposed to, right? I'm a little bit guilty sometimes of not doing that. So there are a lot of misconceptions about sunscreens and skin protection floating around. Think you know all there is to know? Think again. Shobana is here to test our knowledge with a game called Sunscreen Fact or Fiction. Hey, Shobana.
Hey, Tracy. So we are going to start with statement number 1. The SPF in your makeup gives you ample protection.
I'm going to say that's fiction. I think we probably need more.
You got it. It's great for layering. It's great for sun protection. We just don't use nearly as enough. So definitely use a great sunscreen for your face. There's so many options out there that are also inclusive because you're looking to use 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon on your neck, on your face, and your ears. And there's like a new measure that's floating around that basically says, take your sunscreen and apply 2 finger lengths. And that's how much you want to apply on your face if you're ever confused, because we don't always have like a teaspoon lying around, right?
Okay.
And what I would recommend is use a sunscreen that you like. I love the Supergoop line because it's clean and it offers lots of protection and it feels good on the skin. The glow screen actually has like the shine to it, so you have a dewy finish. And the key to applying sunscreen on your face is it should be the last part of your skincare routine, but let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. So when you apply your makeup, it doesn't rub or ruin the ingredients that are actually protecting your face.
Okay, so that's good to know. I like that 2-finger rule because I feel like it is difficult to know how much is enough. And I just want to mention, what about re-upping? What about like reapplying to your face after you have makeup on? Like, how do you do that?
You know what? It's a really great question. One of the best ways is to like wear a hat, stay out of the sun. But there are powder sunscreens and sunscreen sprays that you can use. Now the debate is up whether or not these provide you with as much coverage as a cream, because it's harder to make sure you get full coverage on your face. But I think it's better than not reapplying at all.
Okay, good stuff. I'm telling you right now, the Supergoop feels amazing on your skin. And as a black woman, yeah, I don't see any trace of it. So this is fantastic. Okay, let's hear the next statement, Shobana.
Okay, wearing sunscreen is the best way to protect your skin from the sun.
Fact. I believe it is.
Yes! It's kind of like a little bit of fact, a little bit of fiction. It is one of the best ways to definitely protect from the sun, but it's not the only way because we don't always wear sunscreen. We miss some days, for example. We don't reapply. So definitely make sure you stay in the shade as much as possible. Wear a hat, wear your sunglasses, cover up, and layer in your antioxidants. This is where serums come in handy, like a great vitamin C serum, because it really helps in terms of neutralizing some of the sun damage, and it doesn't have to be expensive. This is the Rock Multi-Correction Revive and Glow Serum. It's about $45, and it has 10% absorbic acid, which is what you're looking for when you're looking for a good vitamin C. And it's been tested by third party on a variety of skin tones, so you can actually see the difference of the women before and after. They have brighter, tighter, and more luminescent skin in just 4 weeks, so you know that it actually works. So invest in a good vitamin C as well.
Ooh, it feels really good, this one, and actually smells a little good too. Okay, good stuff, Shobana. Thank you for that tip. What have you got for your next statement?
Okay, let's do this. Number 3, you should wear sunscreen when spending the day inside.
Oh my gosh, I hope not. I'm gonna say that's fiction.
Tracy, I wish that were true, but unless you avoid all windows, you need to be wearing sunscreen on the inside. And let me tell you why, okay? I know. So, UV radiation is made of 2 kinds of rays, okay? UVB, that makes up 5% of the radiation. It causes burning, it causes cancer, it doesn't penetrate through windows. UVA makes up 95% of the UVA radiation or UV radiation. It penetrates through windows. It's known as a silent killer. It causes most of your premature aging. It also causes cancer. So it does get you on the inside. So it's really important to wear sunscreen if you're exposed in your house to windows or rays of beautiful sunshine that you're basking in the morning.
You've got some interesting facts about a truck driver when it comes to sun exposure. Tell us about that.
Okay, so there's this famous picture where you see a truck driver that's been driving for decades, and the half of his face that has been exposed to the window where sun rays can get in is heavily damaged with premature aging. Whereas the other side, there is no damage or very minimal damage. It is a clear difference and a very visual example of what happens to your skin if you don't protect it when you're inside your home, when the rays can get in through the windows.
Well, I guess that's why you're saying just get into a routine and do it every day, regardless, like even in the winter, because you don't know what you're being exposed to. Okay, so what do you have next?
So the next statement, SPF is the measure of protection you get from the sun's UV rays.
That is fact. Am I right?
I'm sorry, but it's actually fiction. So,
okay.
But this is a common misconception, and it takes like diving in to really understand. Broad spectrum here in Canada means that yes, you're getting protection from UVB and UVA rays, okay? But SPF, known as the sun protection factor, only tells you how much protection you're getting from UVB rays. That's 5% of the rays. So, how do you know how much protection you're getting from UVA rays, the 95% of the rays? One of the ways is looking for a UVA symbol. Now this is mandatory in like England and Australia. It's optional here. That tells you that the UVA protection is equivalent to a third of the SPF protection. So for example, say your SPF is 30, then you know you're getting a UVA of 10. Okay, does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does. That totally makes sense. And that's a really good distinction to let people know about.
So out of Asia, there's a system called PA. And basically, it's a PA with plus, plus, plus after it. And basically, the more stars there are or pluses there are, the more UVA protection you get. Again, this is not mandatory in Canada, but a lot of non-Asian brands are using it, like Murad, for example, Supergoop's another example, Neostrata is another example. So there's lots of different ways to find out and ensure that there's UVA protection. If a brand doesn't have this labeling, it doesn't mean that there isn't. You have to call them, you have to contact them. Sometimes they just think maybe the customer doesn't want to know, it's not important to them. So yeah, interesting, huh?
Really interesting. Okay, this will be our last one. What is your next statement?
Okay, let's see if you can get this. If you have darker skin, you don't need sunscreen.
Oh, I've learned my lesson. That's fiction. We all need sunscreen.
You got
all of us.
You got it. And you know what? That is the popular opinion out there. We do have melanin when you are deeper skin tone, but you still are a risk. You still have a risk of cancer, and you still have a risk. Actually, you 100% will have premature aging, especially hyperpigmentation. So many women and people of color want to kind of get rid of their hyperpigmentation. They want to just get rid of it. They spend lots of money, hundreds to thousands of dollars on it. But the best way to prevent hyperpigmentation or to get rid of it is just to prevent it. Just use your sunscreen every single day. Don't take the risk, honestly. Coming from a woman of color, wear your sunscreen every day. It makes a huge difference.
All right, I've been told again and again and again. I'm so much better with the kids now, but not as great with myself. So thank you for this information. Great info. Thanks so much, Shobana.
Thank you.